Hello, friends. You guys, it's been forever since I've done a live. Like, I just live in my stories these days. So if you ever miss me, just go over there and you'll get real Sarah. You get unedited Sarah on Instagram if you follow me there. But here I try and keep it, pretty normal, whatever that is. Anyway, so I have some book recommendations that I'm working my way through and I want to share because so many of you who are my people, you know who you are, you're also on this quest to become a healthier, happier, saner version of yourself. And I'm a firm believer that we repeat what we don't repair. So life happens, a lot of it's out of our control, but it's always in our control how we react to it, respond to it, and grow from it. Like, we can choose to find the gift in things, even if it's a shit sandwich, or we can just play victim, which I have no time for that. So if you're all about that, well then you don't want to watch the rest of this video. But if you're like me and you want to just learn from stuff and flip your switch, flip your perspective, put on your perspectacles, I have some recommendations for you. So last month inside my virtual wellness accountability tribe that I'm always sharing about, and you're always welcome to join, we read this. It wasn't mandatory reading or anything, but it's been something that I've been wanting to read, Think Like a Monk by Jay Shetty. And I've been hearing so many people say awesome things about it. And so finally I was like, this is a great opportunity to read it. So I'm actually still listening to this book on audio. On Audible. I liked it so much that I ordered it because I just felt like there was a lot of great content. So a couple of my friends were like, well, I hear it's just like regurgitated stuff. Can we be really honest? The majority of personal development is regurgitated. Like, a lot of it is similar philosophies. It just has different spins on it. However, I really like listening to him. And secondly, he talks about his own life experiences as a monk. I don't think many of us have had a similar experience, but it's really relevant. And it's called Think Like a Monk, Train Your Mind for Peace and Purpose Every Day. I've gotten a lot out of it. I have an hour and a half left. And that's the cool thing about audiobooks or podcasts, right? It's not like you have to have hours and hours to devote. It might take you a hot minute. It might take you a month and a half to listen to it. But if you just listen to it while you're on a walk or while you're vacuuming or you're doing carpool and stuff like that, you can get so much great stuff in between your ears. And I think that's a really important part of becoming a healthier, happier, saner version of you, is to control what you're consuming. A lot of us are consuming fear and mainstream media and stuff that doesn't serve us. It doesn't make us feel empowered and brave and courageous. It just feeds the fear monster. It feeds the comparison trap. And I don't want to do that. So I'm really, really careful about what I consume, what I listen to, and the media that I take in. So I'm recommending this. I think it's a really awesome book. It's super easy to listen to. He's got a great accent, and I'm just getting a lot out of it. So I'm still working on that. And then, you guys, if you follow the Holistic Psychologist over on Instagram, you need to read her book. If you don't, you should go find her. I'm sure she has a Facebook page too. But this is really awesome. I'm also listening to this on Audible. I have a lot of tabs open in my brain. It makes a lot of sense now, doesn't it? But how to do the work. It's all about what I just said. Like, we repeat what we don't repair. And it's about basically reparenting yourself and kind of just like working through stuff, trauma stuff, all kinds of stuff. No matter what your childhood looked like, okay, it's not a comparison game. We're not going to collect prizes or trophies, but like every single one of us has some kind of stuff to unpack. And I just think that this is a really valuable book. You can sign up for free text messages from her, which I've been getting them every day. Dr. Nicole just sends me a text, and I think there's a lot of value in this book. So again, the book is called Do the Work, or How to Do the Work. It just came out. It's like it's a top seller right now, whatever, New York Times bestseller. It's a really good book. The other thing is Cultivating a Morning Routine, which is my theme inside my wellness tribe this April. There's 2 different books that I'm recommending. The first one is Hal Elrod's Miracle Morning. That is a fantastic book. I read it years ago when we were in Yuma, and I've always been a morning person, but it really helped me start my day with more intention instead of being reactive. Like, you get up with your kids and it's just like this constant hamster wheel. If you actually get up a little bit ahead of your family and you carve out that time, it's sacred time, right? It's you putting on your own oxygen mask, and it doesn't have to be an hour. It could be 5 or 10 minutes, but when you start your day with intention, and you're not just getting on your phone, you're not just scrolling the news, when you are actually really intentional about how you start your day, it changes the entire dynamic. It changes how you show up, how you go out, how you people, and how you just like live, okay? The days I don't do my morning practice, they're not good days. I'm not a fun person. The days that I do show up, even if it's for 5 or 10 minutes, like even if we have a road trip or we're traveling, I still do my morning routine. I share it every single morning in my stories here and over on Instagram if you're ever curious. And it's been such a total game changer. Like, I just freaking love it. Hal Elrod's an amazing human. He has battled cancer. I don't know if he's currently cancer-free. He just has a super cool story. So I recommend the book. It reads like a story because it's his life story. And he has some really great tools. And like I said, this isn't like one size fits all. Every single person's morning routine needs to look a certain way. It's just about figuring out your secret sauce. 5 minutes of this, 5 minutes of that. I never work out first thing. That's one thing he does, but I don't like to do that because I'm getting old and things feel crunchy in the morning. I need a little extra, like, it takes me some time. But I always wake up every single morning, and before I get on my phone, I do my gratitude practice, which is just a brain dump. I talk about it all the time. It's one of the things we'll be teaching inside my tribe this month and focusing on, because everyone overthinks gratitude. Like, it needs to be some really profound thing. It's not. I'm grateful for flushing toilets, okay? I'm grateful for the big ass laundry pile over there, because that laundry pile isn't just a chore. That laundry pile is a reflection of things in my life. The fact that we have enough abundance to buy clearly way too many clothes. The fact that I have a family that wears those clothes. The fact that we have a working washer and dryer. Like, how many of those things feel like chores? How many of those things are stuff that we just take for granted and we just expect? But can you imagine, like, when your washing machine breaks, it just makes life difficult. So cultivating a gratitude practice where you're focused on the simple things, not just the huge umbrella things, but like, I'm really grateful for straws. Straws make me super freaking happy. I'm super grateful that I have a washing machine that works. I'm really grateful for the way my cats feel. When you start to break it down and you start to shift your perspective around the things that actually you really do feel gratitude for, you put on those perspectives first thing in the morning, and it changes your entire dynamic. It changes how you show up with your own humans and with humans out in the other world. I'm a huge believer in it, and I don't think it needs to be complicated. It could be you driving in your car and just saying out loud, I'm grateful for this. I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful that I have car insurance. I'm grateful that I have a seatbelt that works. Like, if you don't know what to be grateful for, just start dissecting it and just the teeny tiny things, and it becomes something that it's like a domino effect. You start to notice, it changes your perspectives. You notice things all throughout your life. Gratitude, fastest way to change your life. So he does talk about that in the Miracle Morning. There's lots of different pieces to it. I love to have affirmations and stuff like that. But again, don't complicate it. My morning routine doesn't need to be yours and anyone else that you watch. It could be you sitting in silence and just enjoying your cup of coffee and telling yourself how great the day is going to go, envisioning that. Or maybe you're going to meditate, or maybe you're going to listen to something that inspires you, or maybe you're going to like read your Bible. I don't know. I don't care. Okay. This is about you figuring out your secret sauce. And maybe a morning routine won't serve you. Like, I have lots of gals in my group that have shift work. And so they don't need a morning routine. They need an evening routine. You make this fit your life. It's not one size fits all. Okay. So anyways, Hal Elrod's The Miracle Morning. I'm still waiting on my copy to come. I loaned it to someone, Yuma. I don't know who has it. Do you have my Miracle Morning? If you do, freaking read it and use it, implement it. Let it change your life. So this is the other book that I'm recommending. I have never read this book. It's been in my Amazon wish cart for forever, and I finally pulled the trigger since we're focusing on morning routine. So if you're not a reader, but you're part of my tribe, I'm going to dissect these, and I'm going to give you bite-sized pieces to implement throughout your month to kind of put together, building block your own routine, because sometimes it's overwhelming and we don't know where to start. So that's what I do as a coach. I bite-size, break it down, and share little pieces. And if they speak to you, then cool, you implement them. If not, then whatever. Bless and release, right? So Robin Sharma, the 5 a.m. Club, Own Your Morning, Elevate Your Life. I think this guy was a monk too. I don't know. He wrote a book about the monk who sold his Ferrari. But anyways, this is another one you can ask. You can, I don't know, reserve it at your library or whatever. But those are my 4 books that I'm recommending. If you have a book that will change my life, drop it in a comment. If you want to join my tribe, let's go. Otherwise, my friends, drink your water. Drink your water. Do the things today that serve you. And if you are just feeling like hamster wheel, suffocated, irritated, run down, you know what? That's you. And it's time for you to change something, because things never ever magically change. Our most epic life doesn't come out of a vending machine. Like, we have to take some kind of action, which requires us to get uncomfortable and probably to do some things we don't necessarily want to do. You guys, change isn't sexy. It's not always fun, but we do it because it serves us, right? Right. So drink your water, show up today. If no one else has told you, I believe in you. And if you need anything, hit my inbox. I'll be in there later. Well, I'll be in there tomorrow, but you guys just make it count.